broadcast globally. I don't know if we have anybody here from the advertising industry. This is one especially for you guys. Yeah, I hear a sad woo in the back. Please welcome Jennifer Fonterman. She's Surviving Acquisitions inspired Jennifer to become Chief Humanity Officer and to author Now What? A Survivor's Guide Through Thriving Through Acquisition. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Fonterman.
My very first job was as an advertising account executive at J. Walter Thompson, New York in 1991. Stop it. I see some of you back there trying to calculate my age. Just know I was a very young ad executive, okay? What you might find fascinating about 91, since cell phones look like this, actively used fax machines, and email didn't even exist. In fact, that didn't come around until 1995. Equally worth noting is that it was no longer the Mad Men 3-martini lunch era of advertising. In fact, at this point, you still had the guys who had smoked, slept, and drunk their way to the top of the advertising food chain, but it was really only the old, crotchety ad guys still around. So while I missed out on some of the advertising hallmarks of that era, such as the pointy bra, I still benefited from the fact that you had those old, crotchety ad guys around, willing to teach me the ropes. And boy, did they teach me. I got schooled in advertising. It was almost as if they took me on as a personal crusade to impart on me the marketing and advertising principles that they feared were getting lost. It seemed they'd seen the future and it didn't look good. Frankly, it just didn't include that. They watched as digital art expertise started to do campaign storyboards in hours, what used to take these guys days. And frankly, the efficiencies were great, but the emotions that had gone into those illustrations were getting lost somewhere along the way. They went to more and more meetings where rather than hear, I love this idea, it's bold and brilliant and new and fresh, they were hearing, I like this idea, but it's different. And that makes me nervous. So we're going to have to test it with our target. The quest for digital efficiencies and for quantifiable big data answers was already beginning to take hold. And I've thought a lot about this time in my career lately, given the accelerating pace of change, the focus on big data, and the dawn of artificial intelligence. And it's begged the question, what does it mean to be a human being at work? We worry obsessively about AI empowering computers and robots to do our jobs, that humans will eventually disappear from work and be replaced by robots, that essentially the imagery of the future is all just us becoming numbers, working on assembly lines alongside robots. But frankly, I don't see this as the future of work. We work and act like robots now. Who here hasn't experienced a moment at work or witnessed an experience at work where no caring, no compassion, no empathy or support was demonstrated at a moment where it really should have been? And I'm not talking just those over-the-top movies like Dr. Dow and the United Airlines flight, or Mylar increasing EpiPen costs, or Wells Fargo milking common people. It's those small moments where we look the other way, or pray that it just won't be us next, or rather than speaking up and stepping in, we videotape it. Those are the moments that are the most insidious because they go unchecked, and they create an environment where lack of compassion becomes the norm. Have we forgotten how to be humans? In 2008, my company was acquired by another company for $8 billion. We experienced a change tsunami. My previously tight-knit team was broken up, but they all still made us sit together until they figured out what to do. It sucked. And in a sea of change, I tried to maintain some sense of normalcy. I tried to keep up old habits. It seemed the simplest thing to do. So every morning on my way in, I'd pass a row of desks of our marketing team and say, good morning. But 4 bosses later, after 18 months, I accepted another job. And at my going away, one of the ladies who sat at that row of desks approached me and said, thank you for saying good morning. You treated me like a human being, like I mattered. You have no idea what it meant to be acknowledged. At a time of massive disruption, we are more disengaged from work and from each other than ever. And what's most scary is that at the same time we're becoming more robotic at work, we're actively making robots smarter and nicer. Consider it. Siri and Alexa always have time for you. It doesn't matter really how we got here. What matters is what we do now. We need to be the change we wish to see. So I propose 3 simple principles. Refuse to be treated as anything other than as a human being. Treat yourself as a human being, and treat others as human beings. Do not be a robot. Even if your company treats you like a number, you don't have to act like a number. Be human and be courageous. Join me on my mission to rediscover the humanity in business. Thank you.